It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey, man, y'all know I've been covering this whole AI and all the developments behind that as far as it relates to the music industry for a minute. We talked about this whole AI Drake, AI Weeknd song, Hard on My Sleeve, a while back. I believe the artist's name is Ghostwriter or something like that, who put it out on Spotify and all of the streaming platforms. I thought that was the end of it. There was a whole slew of different AI songs. We've talked about them all, different Kendrick Lamar's, Jay-Z's, Rihanna's. Anybody you can name of that has a name in the industry, there's AI versions of them. They're not real songs. The artists didn't write them themselves. These are just random internet people. The thing that makes this so interesting is that now Ghostwriter might actually be eligible to be nominated for a Grammy this upcoming year for this AI song. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows what the real person's name is who wrote the song, right? Nobody knows what program he used to generate it. But yet they're talking about giving out Grammys. So let's get into this whole thing, man. This is insane to me, but this is where the music industry is going, I guess. And this is going to just bring extra validation to something we've been trying to get rid of the whole time. But I guess I'll continue. So I'm on variety.com, which is where I get a lot of my information from. And it says a collaborative track featuring AI generated facsimiles of Drake and The Weeknd's voices titled Heart on My Sleeve has been submitted for Grammy consideration. One caveat. Neither Drake nor The Weeknd had anything to do with it. Ghostwriter, the shadowy creator of the AI-generated song that went viral in April, is seeking the music industry's most coveted award for a fake duet. And according to the Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. in an interview with the New York Times, he says it's absolutely eligible because it was written by a human. A representative for Ghostwriter confirmed to the Times that Heart on My Sleeve was submitted for Best Rap Song and Song of the Year, which... come on, bruh. These songs were not even that popular. They didn't get no radio play like that. They got 2 days of well, I'll talk about that later. Submitted for Best Rap Song and Song of the Year, awards that are given to a song's writers as opposed to its performers. In this case, the lyrics were written by Ghostwriter despite the computer-generated vocal performances. They continue, but even if the track is considered eligible from a creative standpoint, Grammy rules require that songs have generation distribution, meaning the broad release of a recording available nationwide via brick and mortar stores, third-party online retailers, and or streaming services. After the song initially popped up on YouTube and streaming services, it disappeared as Universal Music apparently sent takedown notices to the DSPs. It has since been re-uploaded by unofficial third parties across the internet and streaming services. Considering the copyright issues, commercial viability for Heart on My Sleeve is an uphill battle. Per the Times, Ghostwriter's representative said they were aware of the commercial availability requirement. Representatives for Drake and The Weeknd did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Now, going further into what Harvey Mason has to say about AI, he said, we're not going to be giving a nomination or an award to an AI computer or someone who just prompted AI. That's the distinction we're trying to make. It's the human award highlighting excellence, driven by human creativity. But the use of assistive AI is not completely forbidden, as in the case of Paul McCartney cleaning up an old John Lennon vocal track with computer technology in a new Beatles song. If 3 or 4 Beatles are singing on the record and one of the voices has been sonically enhanced by AI, it's still a live human performance with a more diminished amount by the Beatles. Therefore, it will be eligible. We intended to say that material using AI can be submitted, but the human portion of the composition or the performance is the only portion that can be awarded or considered for a Grammy Award. So if an AI modeling system or app built a track, wrote lyrics and a melody, that would not be eligible for a composition award. But if a human writes a track and an AI is used to voice model or create a new voice or use somebody else's voice, that performance would not be eligible. But the writing of the track and the lyric or top line would absolutely be eligible for an award. Speaking directly towards Ghostwriter in the song Heart on My Sleeve, he said that he had spoken with Ghostwriter, calling him very forward-looking and creative. He says, from my perspective, this has been an exercise for him to try and establish a dialogue and create some awareness around the possibilities and what are going to be some of the potholes. I hate to put statements in his mouth, but my feeling is that he understood exactly what he was doing. He knew this was going to be controversial. Now, Mr. Harvey Mason, my issue with you is that you knew this was going to be controversial as well. You're contradicting yourself. It's totally different when you talk about the Beatles, right? There's a song that's already been recorded. Vocals have already been recorded by that person when they were alive. Perhaps it was just done on old equipment. Perhaps it was never properly mixed and mastered and all of that type of stuff. So they used some generative AI to clean up the audio. We use that type of stuff all the time. You really don't even have to report that you use that, right? But that's totally different from a live human recording something and cleaning it up using AI assistance versus taking somebody's voice and creating your own lyrics, and now you're being rewarded for that shit. Y'all just bitched and moaned earlier this year. Universal Music Group, all these different companies in the industry was bitching and moaning earlier this year, saying y'all were not co-signing anything that was utilizing industry artists. But now all of a sudden, this guy Ghostwriter, for whatever reason, I'm starting to think he's somebody that's actually signed to the labels. I think he's actually somebody that's related to somebody in these higher up positions, because nobody from Saint Fuckware USA is going to get nominated for a Grammy for emulating somebody's voice and writing some lyrics. If I did that shit today and made the greatest song ever, them niggas would say, get him the fuck out of here. Let's be honest. We're going to have to be honest. And then y'all putting it up for best rap song and song of the year, talking about those are awards nominated for songwriters. How do you nominate a songwriter for something that's not even a real song? You can't say Drake and Weeknd. Who you going to nominate? Ghostwriter? But he didn't write for Drake and Weeknd. This is not making any type of sense to me. Y'all are giving credibility to some bullshit. I'm not the hardest person when it comes to this AI shit. I use a lot of different AI. I use AI for vocals. I use AI for goddamn content online. Some of my social media stuff to generate captions and, you know, put emojis and stuff into the actual text that you see on the screen. There's been a lot of different AI stuff concerning music as far as like metronomes, quantizing drums, all of that type of stuff. That's been around for years. But at this point, you're actually encouraging people to continue trying out using other people's voices and releasing it publicly and claiming it for yourself with some disclaimer, oh, this is Ghostwriter. No, nigga, be yourself. That's what it's been. Because if I drop a Jay-Z song tomorrow and I say, man, I did the songwriting, y'all gonna say, get this nigga out of here, and Jay-Z gonna have me personally removed from the motherfucking award show. Y'all know how this shit go, bro. But furthermore, we have a reaction from Young Guru, who's actually Jay-Z's right-hand man, his engineer, his DJ, all of those things. And he has some things to say about this as well. He's been talking about this for a while. He's been saying that the industry needs to get this shit straightened out, which it has not, and it seems like they will not. But let's get into what Guru had to say. Came out and said, I hate to say I told y'all, but I told y'all. Now this could be up for a Grammy. Now, Young Guru has been very open about his criticism. He talked about Timbaland when he tried to recreate some AI Biggie shit. He came out when he spoke about the AI Jay-Z shit. He was on the precipice when the Kanye and Drake stuff came out as well, because he saw what was coming. He tried to warn people in the industry. He tried to let it be known that this was going to be coming in and trying to replace some of the mainstream artists. As we can see now, the industry is embracing it. All of the companies that came out and said that they were against this shit, they started creating AI divisions at the record companies. Y'all already know what time it is, man. If you don't want to turn in an album, we own your voice. We own your masters, right? We might cut you in on some of the publishing, maybe not, you know what I mean? We might pay you in advance or something. It's so many different ways that you could get around niggas if they don't want to release an album, especially if y'all are having a contentious relationship and the artist is like, I'm going to just hold out. We're going to get our team of songwriters together. We're going to put an album out on your ass. How about that? Now, you can't necessarily claim copyright on AI generated art at this time. And that's where this shit gets tricky, because if you can't claim a copyright, which means that you can't necessarily say that you own it, how is it that Ghostwriter is going to be nominated and get a songwriting award for some songwriting that he can't even legally claim? I don't like none of this shit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like none of it. I don't co-sign it. I think it's all bullshit. But at this point, let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Being that the song is submitted to the Grammy nominations, it does not mean that they're going to show it televised. It does not mean that it's going to make it to the final nominations when the show goes live, right? But I'm quite sure some of you tech savvy people out there are going to be really happy to see this, because this is going to show you new possibilities, and that's what you guys are all about. But straight out of Jay Nolan's mouth, I'm not with the shits. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.